Hey kids, in today's video I'm going to teach you how to make dank chicken. Dank chicken is better than regular chicken, because regular chicken is regular chicken. Dank chicken is dank chicken. Scientific theory proves that dankness is better than regular. Let's get on how to do that. I was a dumbass, so before I started making this video, I forgot to thaw my chicken, so I'm thawing the chicken now. On low heat, I've got some milk, butter, and crushed red peppers. And soon, I'll be adding Cajun seasoning and garlic. You should also do this. So in this pot here, I had a combination of milk, I had some butter, I had some crushed red pepper flakes, then I added the garlic, and I added the Cajun seasoning. So that's all fine and dandy. If you don't have garlic, you can use mixed onions, but I think that sucks a little more balls, so that's not ideal. You should also add salt somewhere along this process. I tend not to try to use too much because, you know, I don't know, blood pressure and shit. So you've got your chicken thighs. I'm really hungry, so I just kind of, I didn't thaw these as long as I should. But if you're patient, you definitely should. I also give kudos to the Savory Spice Shop in Princeton. You should try some of their stuff. They've got pretty good stuff. So you basically want to cover the chicken thighs in dank Cajun and dank garlic. And you'll want to coat evenly because consistency is key. You always want consistent food. There, I've seasoned the thighs. You don't want to over-season them, but that's never good. You just want to put on enough to have a good, even coating. That's generally the idea. Later on in this video, I'll be adding some red Thai chili sauce, which you can get in the Asian part of the supermarket. I've got some honey barbecue sauce I'll be adding, and I've got some sweet bell peppers that I stole from a Subway. We'll also be using honey. I've got some local organic honey. That stuff's pretty good. Alongside with your typical table salt and pepper. We'll also be using hot sauce. My two preferred ones are tiger sauce. It's tiger sauce. And Cholula. But you can always add your own. Those are just the two that I recommend. So now that that stuff has been sitting on a very, very low heat, we're going to now add the chicken thighs. So you're just going to place those, I'm going to do the bigger one on the bottom. I mean, you're gonna end up rotating these as you cook, but I'm just doing the big one on the bottom and the little one right next to it. So as you can see, I've got the chicken in this little pot, and I'm gonna put a little bit of that organic honey on top of the chicken. By the time this is all done, you're not gonna really have a super sticky thing going on from the honey, but it'll add to the overall character, and this is local honey, so you'll really get a... I mean, you won't get much of a floral, you know, you won't get too much of a floral flavor, but it's definitely nice just to have a little something going on. Most honey you buy at the store is shit. I'm going to put some salt on there. You be careful with the salt. You don't want to overdo it with the salt. It's definitely something you don't want to overdo. Put a little pepper on there. We're going to put the barbecue sauce in a little later. Same thing with the hot sauce. You have to be careful when you put in the hot sauce. You want to cook off a lot of your milk before you put the hot sauce in. Because hot sauce is mainly just cayenne, vinegar, and salt. So typically the vinegar doesn't react very well with the milk. With the lactate. It's a lot of separation and kind of chunky shit. So you want to cook off a lot of your milk before you do that. And I'm also going to sneak in some of these sweet peppers. These are basically just bell peppers that have been cut into little rings and kept in a sweet brine. And if you do this right, by the time that this dish is actually done, these peppers aren't going to have really any firmness to them. It's going to be like, they're gonna melt in your mouth. It's really a wonderful, wonderful thing when they come out. I'm just putting a couple of these in here. But, I also like to just cut, like, orange bell peppers into, like, rings, and then cook the chicken on top of those. That comes out well. These are kind of special. I'll only have so many of these peppers, so I figured I'll use them. Okay, so this chicken has been slow cooking for some time now, and I don't know if you can see, but because you're slow cooking it, it allows the liquids and the enzymes from the chicken to kind of collect. I also do this with a steamer lid, so you're going to have a little bit of a broth at the end. And right now it's kind of a yellow color, but I add a lot of Cajun seasoning and a lot of varieties of peppers to this, so by the time you're done with it, you'll probably have kind of a thick orange substance at the bottom of your pan. So this is the part where you take your fork and you just kind of turn it like so. You just kind of, the idea is you just want to flip things, you know, you just want to flip them on the other side so they can cook on their other side for a while the other side's been sitting up. Now once you've got that situated, this is when you can add your first little bit of barbecue sauce, where you're just doing like a ring around like that. So just that. And if you're gonna use my recommended hot sauces, this goes later, this goes first. So this you're kind of doing right on top like, you know. Beautiful. I'm gonna add a little more Cajun because I really like that stuff. And yeah, so what you're gonna do is you're gonna, actually I'm gonna add some more crushed peppers too. Oy vey, spicy, spicy indeed. Alright, so now you're gonna put the lid back on and you're gonna let this sit for a little bit. Okay, so this chicken has been cooking for some time and it's looking pretty tasty. We're about to turn it again. We're probably about 3/4 of the way done with this. I could be wrong. It's, no, this is about 3/4 of the way through. So I'm going to turn this and you'll see that the amount of liquid that you have will decrease when you turn it because it'll be dispositioned. So for the last part of this, you're going to put a little more seasoning on. You're going to do a layer of salt. You've got to increase the heat a little bit because you really don't need all this liquid. So I'm bringing the heat up to medium. I'm going to leave the steamer off. I'm going to leave... No, that's about it. I'm going to put a little more Cajun on it. I'm going to do one more treatment of salt. And you don't want to get rid of all that liquid. You're allowed to have some left, but you definitely want to start getting rid of it. And we have to move over to the next step. The next step is preparing toast. Now, I don't know what they told you in preschool, but preparing toast is much easier than you may think. The benefit of adding toast to our dish is that toast is the napkin that you can eat. To create toast, simply take 2 pieces of bread, 1 piece of bread for each piece of chicken. Whoa. And place them into the toaster where the holes are, and boom. Okay, friends, it's that time. The toast is ready. The chicken is ready. Time to make shit happen. So you're going to take your chicken and you're going to just put it on there like so. You're going to just want to drip it a little bit because, oh, it's hot and it landed on my thumb. The grease from this is going to be very hot. So you're just going to hang it above so it drips a little bit. And then you're going to want to go through this and fish out any peppers that you can find, because trust me, you'll want them. They're going to be delicious. Oh yeah. So yeah, you'll see where you get left with this kind of orangey, peppery stuff. I mean, if you're hardcore, you could probably like put this on bread, like as its own thing. That would probably be pretty good. And well, it's cool for a little bit, and then we'll eat it. Now, if you're a hungry fella looking for a couple of tasty sides to go with your chicken, here are some personal recommendations. Waffles, baked cheddar and sour cream chips, mucho yummy. Pineapple rings, for that special someone. Banana cream pie, 'cause you can't go wrong with BCP. Or crackers or any other shit you find laying around. Just kind of eat it with your chicken. Yeah. Okay, so I'm sitting on my couch, and I'm about to eat my chicken. You don't have to be sitting on a couch. You can eat it anywhere you like. But, yeah. So, let's see how this shit came out. Motherfucker, this shit is delicious. This chicken is pretty friggin' tasty. You'll like it when it comes out. Trust me. I'm like a connoisseur of fine wine. Except I'm not a connoisseur of wine, nor am I very fine. So I'm a connoisseur of something. I just haven't figured it out yet. But I do know that this chicken is pretty tasty. If you're like me, and you're hungry now, and don't necessarily want to wait for your chicken, but need something to hold you over, this is how you solve that problem. You simply need buffalo chicken lunch meat, a slice of, well, this isn't really cheese, but cheese, and some kind of sauce. So basically, you take your pseudo cheese and you cut it in half with your hands. Then you take some sauce and you put it on there like that. Watch, like a line. Whoop. Then, using your fingers or whatever other appendages you choose, you roll it up into a spring roll. Voila! Wowie zowie! The next step in this process is not as hard as you would think. Take it, and you shove it into an orifice. I prefer my mouth hole. Yummy. This particular chicken dish goes especially well with Arizona raspberry iced tea, because raspberry iced tea is very, very cheap. It also goes good with just about any other kind of beverage you have sitting around the house. My personal preference is to take orange juice, remove the cap, and then drink directly from the carton.